So, John, I think we are live.
Hi.
Hello, John. Nice to see you.
It's good to see you again, JC. Thanks for inviting me for the speaking at the SSI platform.
Well, after having been so many times also your guest at your end, I think it was also nice to have the opportunity to invite you in our area, I would say.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like it's a guest now. Yeah.
So, John, you are in you're in Singapore. I am in Switzerland. Yes. We have a few hours apart, but with that Scuba Sunday, we did that a few times already now, and sure. We have been talking about, of course, SSI. We have been talking about the 50 years of SSI that we could not really celebrate this year because of the situation. We had planned to do that at many events, at many shows and many fairs. So we keep on postponing a little bit towards the end of the year. And then, of course, we also dedicated quite a lot about the environment. That was actually two weeks ago, where we had a friend of mine, Brad Robertson, who were talking about also about the Mediterranean and the protection there. And we talked about let's say the job as a diving instructor or dive professional, or let's say a free diving profession. So we do that on a Sunday, we do for scuba, then we have Tuesday for tech divers, and on Friday we cover the free diving world. So John, maybe we know each other very well since many years, but I think it would be nice for the people that are not in Asia to know a little bit more about you. So maybe you just tell us who you are.
Sure. Okay. My name is John Thet, and I started in the dive industry about 20 years ago. Because of the Asian Geographic, we take over magazine from the Australia. It's called Scuba Diver Australia. That is 21 years old. Now it's 20 years with us, so like become a scuba diver. We change it to the Australia, become an Australasia, so become a 40 years old magazine. That magazine is Scuba Diver Australasia. Well, with us, we change it to Asia. That is where the dive industry, I started it. It's get involved 20 years ago. My first visit dive expo was at ADEX. So ADEX was run by somebody else. By the way, ADEX was run 5 management. It's all different management in the past, and after that, Scuba Diver was a competitor with Asian Divers, and Asian Diver we become our family about, I think now about 13 years ago. We put it in under one roof, Asian Diver and Scuba Diver, Australasia together. After Asian Diver, when I got it, I follow the history about Asian Diver was created by the one of the Rainer Siegel is one of the German. He based in Singapore. He published the Asian Diver, but 1 year later he published Asian Diver. He created the ADEX Asia Dive Expo. So when I got the Asian Diver, I also want to put it ADEX and Asian Diver back together. That is where they started it together. So I tried to aiming to achieve that. I was lucky when there is a ADEX for the 2 years with the boat expo, something like a Asia Boat Expo. When they run it, they're not really very much into diving things, and it's like the way ADEX being treated not well received. So like when I talked to him, he was very positive, and then let go to me. That he said, okay. So like I think ADEX was, when we take over now, is with, it should be this year will be 11 years. So ADEX being the first was run by the Rainers, that for Asian Diver magazine is a about 4 years he ran. Then he sold it to a Thai management. They run about 4 years, And after that, they sold it to a Suntec management. Suntec management ran 3 years, but Suntec was conflicts of interest because of they are the hall renter, and then they run an event, so that they sell it to another, give it to the boat, the management guys. He ran 2 years. So like nobody run ADEX for more than 5 years. There must be some reason that is they let go. So like the main reason is that it's not easy to run it. It's our industry is not big in Asia in the past, but it's still got a lot of passion. But I like about our industry that a lot of passion about the diving and a lot about the sports. But so when we did this, our 11 years of ADEX. Yeah,
Okay,
that is my background is a little bit, I would say, about very much into I believe in, because I'm a media, so I believe in marketing, I believe in the networking, I believe in the how the brand to be moved forward to the next, and I also believe in conserve the old brand in the dive industry. That's the reason why the people say, why can't you do it your own dive show? The name, they say, I don't want to do that. But then you try to disturb the another dive show that I do that, and the ADEX is running the show. So like I try to make it is that should be make it conserve the all the it's not just anyhow just get people out and then just run the things from it. That is something that I believe.
Yeah, good. So we have people, actually it's cool again, we have people from Indonesia, from Australia, Switzerland, South Africa, Holland, Italy, Scotland, Quebec in Canada, from Argentina. So we have we are covering again the whole world at the first side. So hello everyone that is joining us. It's super cool again to have people from the world. So John, are you you know, we never talked about that, but are you a diver yourself or not?
I did, but I got a sinus. So because I need to have I need to go through with the sinus thing. So I will always miss that on the ocean. So like, but my sinus, I need to clear that, then I can do it. But I'm more into free diving now. After I try in the Y40 and the Q in Taiwan, that I try in these two places. I was very interested.
Yeah, and I guess maybe you have some favorite destination because you also travel all the world.
Yes, but I would say, like you asked me, the best place that is I've been with is with the Blompen that in the Farah Crowber. I'm with the Laurent Ballesta, and that was the one that was an amazing place. I think the dive place with the all the many great divers.
No, okay. Well, great. Because each other we see us usually either in Singapore, Shanghai, or Beijing.
Yes.
We are always trying to bring the dream in other places of the world, and actually the last time was really in China. We had a very nice diving show in Beijing. Actually, it was a challenging one because we had this pool that was leaking, but we managed it at the end.
Yes.
It was really a challenging moment.
Yes.
So you said before that you started with basically the magazine, and you are in marketing, and then you took over ADEX. So ADEX is I think, I don't know, from the outside, ADEX became your main project, and we'll talk a little bit later how is it positioned now. But why did you start really ADEX? That would be also very interesting to know how can you start a diving exhibition?
Okay, I think it is I believe that every industry, every 10 years is a changing. So every decade, that's why that when I take over ADEX, I study a lot because of ADEX being failed. Nobody want to run more than 5 years. So I'm very concerned about that because of everybody want to give us what's the reason. So, and also when I attend a lot of dive show around the world, I also realized that it's like they maintain in their own or industry players, they try not to open up a lot. That is my main things. That why is because of, I think it's a magazine alone. It's a media magazine. It's a changing world. So like people, even though magazines, some they will be stay on. When you look at it, some of the young generation, they don't know how to read a magazine. They only know how to read like this because it's a mobile things. So like I need to really have to understand my market. This is something like I always believe that it's a always things that every decade is like, so this is the ADEX 11 year time is had to change. I cannot, because of based on the 10 years success in the past, I cannot run like a 10 years, just follow that, because of normally people think that why I need to change, already being a success in the past, I just keep going on. But you don't know that it's every decade that the things are changed. If you are not following with what people need, what is the, so like I listen market a lot. So it's not just doing things that is just I want to do, or a lot of ego behind. There is nothing ego behind. The reason that I mean, I go to China, one of the reasons because I follow the history. ADEX is the first one to bring the Thai show to China. It's about 15 years ago. In the Suntec at the time, I was the exhibitor. So that in that time, Suntec, when they stopped running the show, I hired one of the person from China to continue that. But in that period, what take a little bit of time to how to connect that on the, so like that was the missing times. That was the one. And I also really study on the how, where is the more diverse in which area. So like it's a market studies that really needed. Is we cannot just do it things that so like, and there is something that where is the trends, where is the diverse are. We need to be really to listen, and I always prepare to change necessary rather than just follow the crowd. Rather than follow because of other people do it, I do it. I have to start something that what our industry need. So like something that I can create something that nobody done that before. That is something I will be happy to pass it on to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is good. And you know, the point that you say every decade there is a change. You know, when I really started to travel into Asia and coming from Europe, but having been to the US as well, I was always confronted to this comment that diving is getting older, that there is no succession, that there are no young people in that. And well, I have to say, since maybe 5-6 years, I'm actually saying all the time the contrary, because I say go to Asia, and now the borders are closed, but it will reopen again. But when you go to Asia, you see this different energy. You see all these young people. So the same, I would say, crazy, passionate people that we were maybe before are still there, and they also come from Europe, from the United States, from all over the place, and of course the Asian market is booming as well. So exactly the same passion, the same fun is still there. And I think the majority of the exhibitors had problems to really follow that trend and to modify a diving show and making more of the networking platform. And this is what also which brings me to the next topic, networking. I think if you go as an exhibitor to one of the ADEX show, you have your task during the day, and you have a lot of possibilities to connect with people, with divers, non-divers. So, but every evening there is also an event. So the B2B part, let's say the professional amongst the professionals have an opportunity to really network, and this has been a super valuable thing. But why do you feel yourself? Why did you start all this networking? Because you are very strong in that. Why? What was behind that?
Behind that is I always believe that it's like the ADEX, the philosophy of ADEX is I always believe three things that is I want to drive on the ADEX when I take over. So one is entertain, one is educate, and the other one is the engage. So if I keep following what we did in the past on the ADEX is normally as an exhibitor show. So when you are in the main stage, you can see exhibitor want to speak, they let them speak. There is no energy for finding the good speaker on that. Is at least you are exhibitor, you speak. So like that was the past that been done like that, and not really promoting I always, because of when I'm as a publisher, I always believe there is a lot of good passion and a lot of good speakers, good contributor, a lot of good, they have a different skill and different thing to share that we can learn a lot. It's not like a 3 days you come to the event. I myself, I don't like to go to the event at just 3 days, same thing, buying and selling. One day you will be tired. You don't want to go back to the same thing every year because of, but you are in the industry, you might go back. But if you are just a diver, why I have to go back to this event? I already been to once. I can just buy online. But the thing is that I don't like to create something that my event is like, you can, even the magazine that I create is that every issue is a character edition. You pick up any of our magazine, it's not just, I just plunk in everything, just everything inside. We always have a different topic on it. Same thing, ADEX I created is when the first year I talk about it, endangered species, about the shark, and second year we do it. So like every year you have to learn different things. Then I go back to just now what you say about entertainment. So like, I think if you are everything education will become a different kind of school. It's a very boring education. So people may not only who want to learn, but you want people to learn. You have to have some kind of fun things. And so like I want to have always entertain there. I want to have fun thing at night, networking. People, I just say that, do you come for networking? People say, hey, I read the whole day I do networking. At night I just want to relax. So like this is where we want to introduce the party. We want to introduce, so like this is something that entertain is very important for every event that we do. The education is part of that. But overall, I want to engage industry and community together. That is where our goal is. This is where I want to put it. Every show that we do or every event that we create, that three is a very main things that I believe in.
This is really good, and this is what I see from an outsider when I visit all these different, let's say, trade shows or dive shows. Some shows they try to do some presentation. They are more or less attended, but they keep on doing exactly the same things year after year.
Yes.
Then, of course, the education is a little bit there too, but there is absolutely no engagement. So there is no entertainment either at the end of the day. So you just do it like you just said before. And I think this is really missing in our industry, maybe in other industries too. But now, if we reverse that, I mean, I have seen this engagement from the divers, the professionals, and from the industry in the ADEX shows. But what can divers, let's say professionals and training centers do to start better networking, in your opinion? Because there is still a long way probably to go for them too.
I think for the dive certificate, the thing is that because of is people will see that it's like it's like how I would say it's a marketing kind of the brand marketing kind of things. So even though I'm this certificate, I'm a diver, I stay visiting in it. But when I see it, something like that's why when you know how to stand up on that, that is where sometimes right competition is good for me. I think it's but had to be collaboration is very important. But but also we cannot be think about every industry players that we should be think about it how we can grow on their next generation. That is where why important for the dive certificate should know is that you cannot just just keep working on the same group because of the day they want to stop diving or they want to giving up on the industry. You are not backing up the new generation. So that is where our duty is that's why I open up for all the students are free. We bring a lot of young, and I'm very proud to say that ADEX create new divers every year. We started with 600 divers from 11 years ago. Last year we got unofficially, I can see because we refund a $10 entrance fee when they become a diver. More than 2,000 over almost 3,000 divers last year. So like every year there is a new diver. That is where I would say that why dive certificate the things should be there to be understanding that you are not capturing not just for the people to upgrade from what they learn, also can be a transfer for this. Like you have to have a different approach, different marketing to how to attract a non-diver become a diver. It's like very important for our duty as our player to like not just for the inviting divers. I want to open up for non-divers. That is where sometimes I got a lot of some people that saying that, hey, why non-diver thing? Why you play mermaid and all those? Today you see, it's a mermaid. It's one of the successful story. 6 years ago, when I start introducing mermaid ADEX, people tell me. I think 7 years ago, when I introduced the free diving in ADEX, some told me that, hey, I have a marketing budget for scuba diving, not for free diving. You should have been free. So like it's about ocean, you know. It's like so, but you get insurance. So like maybe free divers, they bring their partner, but their partner not interested in free diving. They might become a diver. That is where I want to give back, because of always thinking about is that we cannot just thinking about just to like I sell something, I don't care. So if I sell something, that I will have to find a way to give it back. This is where I want to give it back to our industry. That I want to create more divers. That more diver mean our industry will be healthy. Our industry healthy mean our industry. I mean that is the whole, and then we will be healthy. So like it's a kind of combination. So I keep creating something to attract non-diver to become our show. That is one of the reasons that I supporting actually the certificate to like, that is where I want to go. And also that, I mean, nowadays, a lot of the conservations are quite important for the ocean now, because it's happening on the plastic program and all this. I really wish that the certificate are putting in you become a diver, maybe a 10 responsibility, if you become a diver, you should become with the how to responsible for the ocean. It's like something like a little bit conservation education on the even in the diving certificate. Is put it inside there, or maybe create something like there will be another certificate to be people should be learn about that. So like keep creating something that is a new fresh for that. So like we individually should think about something that what industry don't have, so we can introduce on that. Like just now when you said about the I mean, I cannot say that from the behalf of others, but for myself, that every time show I do was I put on a team. This year we just talk about climate change. We talk about climate change. So like, even though I have a repeat speakers, but the repeat speaker is because of they are really like a loyal speakers that I appreciate it. But I will always bring different topic, the main speaker that you will see. So like that is where you can learn on it. So like climate change, one, the plastic, but we've been running plastic for last year. We want to continue because of that is where the real problem is. So we need to know what is the real problem. I cannot keep talking about the 10 years ago problem. 10 years ago was a shark fin. That was a real problem. So like, I mean, we still got this, but we still will be fighting with the shark fin on that. But the plastic is a real problem now. This is what we should be really talk about.
Yeah, I think you have been always on top of all the, let's say, the trends. And this is where we also match so well together, because with SSI, we also introduced the mermaid program, and we pushed free diving. And because at the end of the day, everyone going in the water becomes also a protector of the ocean. We have this message there, definitely. But and many people do not see what is happening, for example, in Asia. One of the biggest free diving market is in Asia right now, and there are thousands and thousands of people getting actually certified on a monthly basis, even now. And one of the strong free diving market is China, for example, and they started maybe with mermaid, and then they became free divers. From free divers, yes, they may stay as a free diver or become a diver. So it's really a huge community, and this is what I really think with the networking you provide, the platform you provide at ADEX. It's really the opportunity for somebody that is not in this industry yet, that can really discover so many top, I would say, top presenters, making them really touchable, because you can ask any question, you can have really great presentations, and it's really a live event. Then it's I think when you observe from behind, let's say the people sitting at the presentation, you see that they really start to network also amongst each other, because the public is very mixed. So that's quite unique what I see there at the ADEX shows. Now, of course, dive centers or training centers, or professionals, it took them, I would say, a while to really understand that concept. Now, I think it's getting even more influence, and we'll talk about that based on the let's say the ADEX Pixel Virtual Expo, that you really you branded that brilliantly, and this is going all over the world. So I think you have this ability to create these network platforms. Now, talking about this ADEX Pixel Expo, of course, we were supposed to be in Singapore. We're supposed to have another show also in different places of Asia. And then all of a sudden, I got this news that you were creating this Pixel Virtual Expo. And I was really thinking, okay, this is interesting. This is super challenging. Will it work? How are you going to bring this panel of people and so on? And I think, again, as a participant, I have seen the engagement of the colleagues from any niche, I would say, really being so enthusiastic of being there. And sometimes, even last time we were talking about the environment, we say it's too short, we should have more time. And questions were still coming in. So very, very interesting. So how did you really manage to create all of this hype on that?
Sure. I think the Visual Expo that is kind of about is after when we postpone our ADEX Singapore, and most of the things that are happening in the COVID things, and most of the countries are shut it down. So I always want to believe that it's like I cannot just wait for somebody else to do it, then I follow the things. I need to start something that is what we can do for our ability to support the industry. And also that I still want to credit that I did mention it so many times. But when I have some discuss with the Clement Lee, that he is in the industry for many years, and he talked to me about, hey John, I see a lot of our dive industry suffering. So I'm not sure how they will be recovered on this. So when I look at it, like it's myself, we also affected, everybody affected in the same situation. But I want to do something that I can give it back to an industry when they are difficult times. So it is the time that is, I always think that we talk about it, other things later, but try to create something that industry need. I want to communicate that I also want to promote ocean at the meantime. So even though you are not able to go to the ocean, you will be, even at home, you will be connected. The other way that is also, we have a networking with a lot of good speakers around the world. And ADEX is like 160 speakers in 3 days, only 8 hours a day, 24 hours. Every speaker have a chance to speak only 20 minutes. Sometimes I really feel bad. The speaker say that, hey, I need to speak more than that. So like, that is something that this is something that we can create longer timing. That is that we can create more times, and we can leave a video that people can really enjoy it, even though they may not catch up on live, but they can still view it. So like that is something that I think is that I thinking about how, and somehow when I start thinking about it, there is no sample on that. There is no other dive show on this. But I also don't want to do like a webinar stuff, because I think it should be the exhibition stuff. So like I can show something about the I'm not sure we got time that I can share the
yes, sure. You should be able to share. So, but anyway, while you are searching, I think that first of all, everyone in the world can still check on ADEX Pixel Virtual Show and see the videos. As far as I know, all videos are still available, right?
Yes. Oh.
That's the direct. So meanwhile, I say hello to everyone. We have people from Saudi Arabia. We have people from the Philippines. We have again more people from Indonesia, from Switzerland, from Hungary, Spain, Thailand. So we continue to have a large audience there. All right, you are there. Okay.
Okay, I just want to share with you our Pixel Expo is not, it's like when we started it, it's a zero register. It's the when we started or launched on the 15th, actually that the website was real launched at the 1st May. Today we have a 50,000 register just for this Pixel Expo online.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and then this, what we do was like you can enjoy not just the webinar here, you can enjoy the that is a photo competition. We are going to launch very soon a marketplace. That is where a lot of our industry player can do a marketplace on it's a smaller level that how they can be do on it, and then there will be the forum that they can have a type forum that we can share. We will ask some of our speakers to come and share with us as well. So like it's a more, and we will have a business directory that for a dive professional. So like it's dive professional can be a register that this is for the our industry player only, more like an industry player needs some professional, they can be view on it. They have to register to build it. And we got I'm trying to achieve on the 2020 images this year to display at the big LED wall. It's going to be all the images from around the world. It's going to be a biggest ocean gallery that we are going to display in the ADEX event. But at the meantime, we are going to have a from the people submitting from around the world ocean and all this thing that we are going to show. This is where I created the Ocean 360 zone. I created with the different zone as our exhibitors are like this. And we got a Scuba 360 zone. We have an Ocean 360 zone. So like every exhibitor have a different topic that they can share. They can share on what they want to showcase, and they can have more details on it. It's a pavilion. That was our things. So when you log in, I log in with my Facebook is because of when you sign in. The reason that we ask people to sign in is also things that is I want to have a real community that who really into it. But this was because there is no live, but there is a stage. If you are already, we don't have a live, you can enjoy our stage. The stage that is a different topic on it, but so like we can have the blue green 101. That would be the conservation. Scuba 101 is talk about scuba, the equipment, and also the certificate and all those standards. And also we have an Ocean Odyssey, which can be a celebrity, and although there is dive gear, equipment, all those things that you can see. And there is a rewind and live. So all the webinar that when you miss all we archive it here, you can enjoy the past, all our webinar, that the topic that you have it in it. So like people will keep on viewing. So we have a 2 platform that they can view our webinar. People don't want to register, they go direct to the Facebook and view it. And people register it, they also can enjoy more than we got a news that you can enjoy reading some of the topic that we also share to let people understand. So it is all about yeah. This is
yes. Well, very good. It's I think it's having 50,000 plus people joining your community there shows that they're not only through this situation, but it shows that people are following these kind of events. They are interested to see it, and and really having the opportunity to go back to see different videos at the time they choose, because of course you did it, you always picked a good time zone, but depending when it was, for some people it may be maybe during the night and they could not participate, but it's very good that they could go back to that. Now, you changed this approach, you created that, and you have been running this event, I would say, since the 1st of May very successfully. And you had almost everybody from the diving industry in there. So big names, big photographers, big environmentalists, and so. But what was the pros and cons of doing it online? I mean, challenging, right?
Yeah, definitely challenging. The pros and cons is that I would say good thing about it is that myself, when I'm running around in the ADEX, I never have a chance to listen. The speaker speaks. Now I listening a lot of things, and I myself I learning a lot. So like it's a good thing that is we have it, and some of the speaker that we may not able to bring in from some reason because of the time, because of the different kind of budgeting and all that. But now we have managed to get that on board and let them speak to the. So like these are a lot of good things, and also I think it's a connecting things. I think that what is the thing is that I think I see more positive than negative. The negative is that because of at the moment, I will only see like how we can maintain this when things are already open. So like how we can maintain, how to attract people to be stay come on board. That is something. This time, I think because of when you are not diving, this is something that you can learn. But I see nowadays a lot more and more webinar now, so it's also good. But I just want to stay neutral for the platform. That's for everybody. It's not just for the one dimensional. So like that is where I can increase the different interest to influence to the like what you say, like when you are free diver, they become a mermaid. The mermaid, they become a free diver, and one day they become a scuba diver because of it's all. That is something like that is what I do, and that is what I think is a lot of good for the ocean. And so like I think it's good things, but only the thing will be like my team have to be. I have to appreciate my team. So my teams are it's like a like a minimum of manpower. You imagine like we do 1 year of whole year of preparation for ADEX 1 April, 160 speakers. Last week, we do 130 speakers for World Ocean Week. Every day, got morning 8 a.m. to 12 midnight. And Friday night was end on 2 a.m. So 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. You imagine like that. This is where how many hours and my team have to be standby all the time. So like, I'm really appreciate the teamwork. And also ADEX, as I said, is a lot of team effort on it. I cannot credit myself. It's a lot of team behind ADEX. I really appreciate that. That is something like my team have a lot of things to do. And you imagine like you have to do within a week, you are following away 130 speakers from all over the place and different time zone. And they are really crazy. Some they say, I will only talk to you. I want to try first, but I'm free on the morning 2 o'clock. So they finish work on the 12:30. They will start talking to some speaker from somewhere that is at night 2 o'clock. They sleep 4 hours. That's why the next week we are not doing anything. We just want to rest. I want to rest my team to be rest because I think it's too much pressure. That is the only thing that I would say is a cons. But other things will be is a lot of good positive. There is so I opened up on a Thursday. I opened up on the youth speakers. A lot of students from university students. We got a PhD students from the China, India, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, all the university students and all the youth students. So like young generation, they have so much passion on it. So like I think a lot of future, I really think that a lot of future here, and diving is the way to go in here, and people want to connect with a lot of ocean as well.
Oh, this is fantastic, and I really applaud what you are doing. But it's true, you have a fantastic team. They are never shy to to give more explanation, to answer every question. They come back to you, and they really are very well organized. So when you are participating as a speaker, you feel really, I would say, embraced by the whole organization, and you are definitely not lost somewhere. So it's really very professional, and congratulations on that. So now you have the next topic, the youth one. So how long are you going to run this Pixel Virtual Expo?
I think I want to continue to run it, even though back to a normal. The why I want to back to continue to run it is that I can see that a lot of good in there. There is something that in the past I may not achieve something, but I can manage to let them come on board. That will be put it together. So like, and even though, for example, we have an event run, our Pixel Expo can be stay on a display in their entrance with the 10-meter long, 3-meter height LED screen. So like I'm going to use a lot on the LED next in the future, because I try to save the printing on a paper or printing on the something that is the environment. So I rather print gallery than put a screen. So like the screen, you can have a video, you can have a thing. So like it's networking much better. So like even though people who are still not ready to come forward, they can be participating in this Pixel Expo. So we can bring a different speaker from all over the world. So like I think I will continue to support that, and I will. So like in July, I plan to do Chinese speaking, maybe 3 days. I picking up the date maybe in the July, because we're supposed to do July, the China Beijing show. So yes, I'm going to do 3 days. Everybody will be speaking Chinese speaker, Chinese industry player. I want to welcome and do this thing. In October, we will do in the for the India dive industry. So like diving industry in India player and speakers from India. We want to talk about diving India. That is where we want to do it. And I done that before World Ocean Day. Somebody from Burma, he's talking on the diving in Burma. That was, I would say, like since the day one that we do a webinar until live, until now, even though including of all the popular, very famous speakers, when he speak, he is the most follower among anybody else, and people never been there before. And I was amazed that he showed only 2 dive site, but he told me that he got a lot of dive site in Burma, and he shows pictures are nice, so people never been there before. That is where I want to introduce something that people never been there. I want to start introduce something. I need to do something that is nobody done that before. That is something I only want to look out for it.
Well, I think this is a fantastic opportunity to be open like that, but also for the followers, for the divers, non-divers, to really see different places of the world being presented like that. I think this will have a big impact also on the industry for the future.
Yeah.
Now I know you talked already quite a lot about your dedication to the ocean conservation. Where is it coming from? I mean, you are so passionate about.
Okay, where is it coming from is that I think it's the backbones of all the publication. That our first publication was Asian Geographic magazine. Asian Geographic magazine this year is 21 years old. Before even Scuba Diver started it, Asian Geographic started with a green. Is the message is a green initiatives. So that is I've been started with the green initiatives from the day one. When at Asian Geo, we never go wrong on the green initiative on it. And myself, I believe in the history. I believe, and I like diving history as well. So like I like to conservation is not just about just the animals and everything. Should be a conservation, should be conserved on things that people who created as a brand, as a diving brand, as it can be the wildlife and can be. So like, but how to present it is very important. That's one thing about I present conservation in ADEX for every year on different topic that people will not get bored on that. So like every topic you will learn if you really follow ADEX every year. When you get the big blue books, that is something like Asian Divers, we publish it. The whole book is about dedicated. When we talk about whale shark, is you will learn everything about whale shark, where to go and dive with whale shark, scientist information, so what is the whale shark. So like it's all about it's like, and also I believe in the giving back. I believe in the two things myself. Dedication is something like whatever we do, you must dedicate it something that is have to be dedicated, and the other one is giving back. So why it is coming from is like in my slogan itself: one industry, one community, one ocean. If you want to support industry, the ocean have to be healthy. Ocean is not healthy, nobody want to go and diving. Doesn't matter you are certificate, you are dive tourism, or you are the manufacturer. Ocean is not healthy. This industry will not be healthy. So even though you got a very good products, you got very good certificate, you got very good dive tourism, very nice resort. Community is not growing, diver is not growing. This industry is not healthy. But these two, dive industry and community, to be both healthy, but ocean is not healthy, it's also doesn't help. So like to give it back to our ocean and healthy is conservation is a very important role for everybody. If you think about it in that way, for the industry player or you are the community divers, not just diver, everybody have a responsible, especially for the media, as a media. For me, I think it as a dive media itself should be educate on how to conserve the ocean. That is where we can grow together. That also a giving back to the industry itself, and also the way that I giving back to the community itself, and the way that I giving back to the ocean. So that is a way of giving back what we are depends on.
Excellent, and this is really a good message. And 2 weeks ago when we had the other interview, let's say about the environment, it was exactly going in the same direction, that if you want to be successful in that, let's say in this industry, but also making sure that you do something for the ocean, all these, let's say, conservation groups, and so they need to get rid of their ego. They all need to work together to bring that forward. And this is exactly the same message that you are bringing here, because there is no ego. Everyone can participate in what you are doing in the presentation, conservation. So how could we let's say have more people doing it from home? What can we do from home, and how can we be part of, let's say, your community in conservation? Can we do something more? What is your message there?
I think what we can do is that we should be the conservation is, if you really understand the conservation is not for ourselves. Whatever we do, conservation is for the next generation. That is where if we are doing things that is the conservation next generation. So like whatever we do, we should be include the next generation, the youth. So like even though that's a certificate, you should bring in the youth speakers, the youth. There's something that they can be lead on something that is a lot of potential. You have to give a chance of the youth. Is that what is happening now? Is the time is changing. Very hard to change a 40 years old man to change their philosophy or what they believe, but you can easy to be influence the youth, the education of that. So like when this is a new generation of hope that we should be pass it on, not just for ourselves, we're doing conservation stuff. So like I would say what we should do is that this is what I'm doing also. We bring the good speaker to influence the young generation. It's not about everybody know everything. So like the young generation also should be give them a chance to let them talk on what they think, what they want to do, what they want to change in our industry. So give them a chance. So like our industry, like you can see about 20 years, we saying the same thing, industry players, but some divers, they come in, but 10 years later, we don't see that anymore. So because we don't give a chance for the new generation to become our industry player. We can grow community, but community have to be interested in our industry player one day. So like it can be so like I would say that what we have to do from home is that we keep educating on the youth. That is something that we open up for. That is what our platform is. That I want to. What you asked me just now was what you are very happy. I was very happy that I got after that we run the youth presentation. We got so many youth from the school, university students on the PhD level to the all that really a talent that marine interest the youth. They are come on board. They may not be a diver today because of they interested to protect ocean means one day they will become a divers. That is where they want to start, where to start land diving, what kind of certificate they need, what kind of education. So like that is important role for the how we can collaboration. I will say the two things we should do. One is a collaboration. There is no, I mean, people will put me something that is that, oh, I have a competitor. I don't think I have it. If he want to work with me, I'm fine on it. I can work with anybody. And collaboration is very important. And the other one is because especially this time, collaboration is very important. It's nobody is I don't feel that nobody is bigger or smaller. It's everybody at home now. So it's not like we
Yes.
no, but and collaboration, and the other one is educate on the young generation. That is where they will see your brand that is valuable when they grown up. So that your brand will be passed on. That is where your value will be up in terms of the brand marketing or brand awareness. It's very important. So like today, the 3,000 old folks is still talking about the same brand, or another 30,000 young generation talking about the brand, but today they may not be, you're connected with your brand, but one day they will become as your main person, can be your main industry player, not just a community player, and they can be, so like, we have to focus on the youth development program, youth education program. That is where you can grow a lot from there.
Yeah, and I think this is also something that I realize in Asia, to be honest, that like in China, I have been speaking at various universities in front of hundreds of students, and the interest about the environment, the underwater world was huge. I mean, I was absolutely amazed. They wanted to learn as much as possible, to understand as much as possible, and really care about the environment. So to be honest, coming from Europe, that was a huge surprise for me, because you have sometimes a completely different image. But the young generation is really thinking differently, and I'm seeing that in Asia there is a big demand on showing them how to behave, what there is in the water, what they can do, and so thank you for doing all what you are doing too.
I like to influence. That's why they always whatever we do, I like to bring the youth in our show. They may not be a diver today, but that is where the future divers, the industry can benefit for it.
Absolutely. So John, what will it be this year? So no physical fair of ADEX anywhere in
I still
country?
hope that we can do some fair in this year. I still not about ADEX July is ADEX Beijing. We move to a September. Hopefully that things that is happen, we can do it on September. And ADEX India October still haven't canceled it yet. I mean, like I still hope that things will be better. But in ADEX Singapore, I want to do it like not a real ADEX. It's like a ADEX escape. I will call it an ADEX escape in October. Or if the government allow, I'm in collaboration with the beer festival. This beer festival was like last year were more than 100,000 attendings. Beer Festival Asia. So they are doing so divers like entertain, they were like the drinks and all those. So like they are welcome me to join with them. So if the situation is better in Singapore, I would like to join. This is where we can create more divers on it. So I think it's a non-diver, they're interested, they want to look at it, so like that is where I'm thinking of, I might join with them in the this year if they have an opportunity. But next year I got a lot of laid out. It will be a really busy next year. So in one of the Malaysia, one of the location, the exhibition hall owner want us to be doing something that is maybe Island Tourism Expo or something like that. That is my plan is next year. And Shenzhen, either China, Shenzhen is now is opening now. Is also the trade-free zone. So I'm thinking of that will be a next year to put it in that place as well, together with the LED Expo. They run LED Expo is a big in China. They already been done it for many years. So like this is where I want to use it a lot of the LED and all those things, the entertainment and the nice film festivals, all those things they're doing. So like that is something that, and the Beijing is coming. It is April next year. We already been booked on the second week of April. That is where, so like I'm looking forward to next year to be really a busy next year. This year there is only 3 plans that I have. Anything that is hopefully that can happen. If not, perfect. I will focus on this Pixel Expo to grow, how I can attract better, not just more than just a webinar style. And I want to also think about it, how our exhibitor can benefit on using this to have on how we can have a connection. Once I got a community grow, and now it's building up my community first to people who interest to come and enjoying this thing first. Then I want to support our industry as well. So like it's things that we do have to be meaningful for everybody, for the divers can learn something, and industry they can do some business here, and this is all collaboration. And at the meantime, keep looking out for the new generation to become a divers. That is where I want to be stand for.
Excellent. This is perfect. Well, I hope we will be able to soon enough shake hands again.
Yeah.
And be face to face again, because I think this is always very energizing to have some talks with you, and also today I think to have you on this panel to for the people who do not know you, who do not know the, let's say, the ADEX, what is behind the ADEX. I think they learned a lot, and the people who will watch that later on will learn also that ADEX is more than a dive show. It's really some entity that does a lot for the environment, but also you understood the validity and the importance of the social networking. And I think this social networking is also what keeps the whole industry alive. We are not in a trendy industry. We are there since many years. SSI is there for since 50 years, but we still continue to enjoy, let's say, scuba diving, free diving, mermaiding, whatever, with people that are maybe of a third generation or people that are very young. And you bringing this youth message help also the industry to grow in that sense. So thank you very much, John, for your time, for joining us. I checked always if there were some questions. There were none, but actually what we saw, I would say that a very numerous, I would say, positive messages, and people like the, let's say, the messages there. And well, it was really very nice to have you, and that you dedicate your Sunday evening to us. Oh, and to all the watchers, thank you for joining us, and subscribe to this channel. See you soon again, and have a nice evening.
Same to you. I'd like to thanks to JC and Corina as well, and also SSI, this platform that give me a chance to share my view of the ADEX and the vision on that. Thank you.
Thank you very much.